I'm Justin, a PhD student at the University of Aberdeen. My poster is on a series of experiments featuring a decision-making problem called the focus divide dilemma. Lab versions of the focus divide dilemma involve preparing to complete two equally likely tasks, which vary in difficulty, posing the problem of how to allocate your resources. The optimal strategy is simple: focus resources when tasks are difficult and divide them when tasks are easy. Previous research has shown a persistent failure to adjust strategy with task difficulty, but in our new virtual version of the problem, people were much better. They adjusted their strategy with the difficulty of the task. In this new version, the fire trucks task, participants decide where to position a truck between two target houses which vary in separation, one of which catches fire post-decision. The truck then drives automatically towards the burning house, but if it's too far away, it won't reach the house in time. The best strategy is to put the truck in the center when the houses are close, and adjacent to one of the houses when they're far apart. We identified and tested two key differences between the fire trucks task and previous experiments in an effort to understand what leads to better decisions. One difference was agency. Previous versions gave participants control over strategy and task execution. In the fire trucks task, you only control the strategic decision. Another difference was to do with uncertainty. The outcomes of strategic decisions in previous versions were more uncertain than in the fire trucks task. In experiments 2 and 3, we tested the influence of agency and uncertainty on decisions. Experiment 1 was our initial test of the fire trucks task, which produced the surprising result of better decision making than previous versions. Experiments 2 and 3 tested the influence of agency and uncertainty on decisions. We manipulated agency by giving participants manual control over the motion of the truck and comparing these decisions to when the truck drove automatically of its own accord. We manipulated uncertainty by comparing decisions when the truck's speed varied at random to when its motion was constant. In experiment 2, agency made no difference, and uncertainty about choice outcomes made decisions worse. In experiment 3, we tested agency and uncertainty again, but this time made the control scheme for the truck more complex. The figures show how participants adjust the position of the truck with distance, and whether this is influenced by agency or uncertainty. 0 corresponds to placing the truck in the center, and 1 corresponds to placing the truck adjacent to one of the target houses. If agency makes people worse, we would expect to see less of an adjustment for manual versus automatic, but this isn't what we see. Agency appears to have no effect on average. Uncertainty does make decisions worse. People adjusted positions less when the truck speed was variable versus constant. In summary, agency does not explain the difference between the fire trucks task and previous focus divide dilemmas. Uncertainty makes decisions worse, and this is consistent with the pattern of results in previous research. In one previous experiment, participants were able to make optimal decisions, and this was when uncertainty was totally removed from choice outcomes. Our manipulation suggests that adding uncertainty moves decision making away from optimal in the focus divide dilemma.